Now, breaking news now. As you know, at the start of the program, I spoke about Anthony Albanese's broken promise to hold a royal commission into the COVID-19 response. Well, Phil Curry, the political editor at the Fin Review, has just broken the story that tomorrow, the Albanese government is expected to announce a commission of inquiry into the COVID-19 response. He says, though, and he has just written this on the Fin Review, that it is expected to fall short of the royal commission that Anthony Albanese promised when he's in opposition. One source told Phil Curry that the inquiry would aim to release an interim report before the end of this year, raising fears it will not be very thorough. And Phil Curry's revealed that the Commission of Inquiry will likely be conducted by an economist, an epidemiologist and a public administration expert. All right, let's bring in now National Senate Leader Bridget McKenzie. Bridget, what's your reaction to this news that the Albanese government will announce tomorrow a Commission of Inquiry into the COVID-19
Well,
response?
it's another broken promise by Anthony Albanese. He went to the election promising a royal commission. They ran a select committee in the Senate throughout COVID, hearing from experts for, over a year. They heard from a wide range of experts right across the country. And out of that inquiry, they decided they would have a royal commission. Now, they're not delivering a royal commission. And there's only one reason why, Sharri, and it's because a royal commission into COVID would have to look at national cabinet, would have to look at how that functioned to keep us all safe through a global pandemic, but then look at the different jurisdictions' reactions. And that means seriously examining the actions of Premier Daniel Andrews in my home state of Victoria, where we were locked in our houses, where we're still dealing with the mental health outcomes, particularly for our young people, and the behaviour of Anastasia Palaszczuk when she slammed shut that border between New South Wales and Queensland and people couldn't deliver babies. I mean, it was just incredible. So
the difference between a royal commission and a judicial inquiry is that a royal commission could compel the states to give evidence.
Absolutely.
Whereas a commission of inquiry might not have that same power. So do you think this is a case of Albanese trying to protect the Labor state premiers?
Absolutely, Sharri. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind. They are running hand in glove, promising, in my own portfolio area, for instance, in infrastructure, they are using taxpayers' funds to fund things like the suburban rail loop, $2.2 billion in Melbourne. Pet project of Daniel Andrews, no scrutiny or cost-benefit analysis, but prepared to tip the money in because Daniel needs it. And similarly, up in Queensland, when you look at the funding for the Olympics, none of this has cost-benefit analyses, but they're prepared to do the bidding of these very powerful Labor premiers.
Would the opposition, and I understand this news has just broken on the Fin Review website, but is it your understanding that the coalition would participate in this inquiry if it didn't include the states?
Well, I think Peter Dutton, as the Leader of the Opposition, has been very clear about our baseline cooperation, and that is that we are able to look at the whole of the nation's response to the global pandemic. Carving it out to only look at the Commonwealth's response when you're not actually going to look at the states who are in charge of the vaccine rollout into communities and a raft of other agreed measures that they politicised in the end, I think does the public a disservice and won't provide the answers that are just.
Yeah. And just to reiterate before we move on to Qatar Airways, you referenced the Senate Select Committee on the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, Katie Gallagher was chair of that Senate Select Committee, and her recommendation, the Labor Party's recommendation, was in black and white for there to be a royal commission into the COVID-19 inquiry. So we'll see what that looks like tomorrow, but there are already concerns that if a report is expected to be handed down by the end of this year and we're in September, then how can it genuinely be thorough?
Well, there were so many issues, right, with COVID, things that we got really, really right. We led the world in, and other things where obviously politics got in the way. And we need to be able to disclose all of those issues so that we can be better prepared next time. And the government promised a royal commission and he's broken his word, just like he did on our energy payment bills. Now,